Hey now, I'm Witt, and today we're going to crack open a prototype of a triple date automatic with power reserve from SOVRYGN Watches. This is the calendar. Honey Badger don't care. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, it looks like they gave me the leather strap option just to compare the two as well, so we'll check that out. But wow, look at that. Comes in a little watch roll. So we got a little dirt here. Again, this is a reviewer's watch that goes around, just a prototype. But this is a cool little case. So it's got their logo all across it, black and yellow. Very cool look to it. It's just like a, I guess like a pleather. It's not even trying to be leather. It's hard to describe it exactly, but it's just a very smooth kind of pleather or plastic-like finish. All right, so you got two snaps to hold it closed. And then inside, oh, this reveals here. Oh, wow. That is awesome. He surprised me. I was requesting this one, but it was busy with another reviewer, and I told him I'm all about white dials, so send me the white dial version. But whatever you do, send stainless steel on the bracelet because your bracelet looks awesome. So he must have got the blue one back in. This is so cool. All right, so we got little snaps that keep the pillow into the case, and this is kind of a felt-like, velour-like material on the inside, as well as the pillow. Wow, this thing is just on fire. Ooh, look at that. Let's get into it more. So you see on the back, you got a double push button deploying clasp butterfly style. And let me just get back around to the front. So here is your dial. As you can see, it's got a little texture to it. This is a domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. And you see the 5 complications there. Starting at the top, you got your power reserve, which is completely depleted right now. Just moving a bit from me handling the watch, but it goes up to a 40-hour power reserve. And this is just an excellent spot for power reserve. You see them down the bottom of the dial or the side sometimes. I love this spot, and taking up the 12 spot for the pinion, I just think it looks so cool. Then your other complication will be your day of the week. And then you've got your month of the year. And then you have a 24-hour sub-dial, and you have a date complication here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aside from that, you've got traditional 3-hand movement. And this pusher here is to adjust the month is what it should be. In fact, I'll just do it now. There you go. It's a 316L stainless steel case. You've got high polish on this fixed bezel and then brushing everywhere else. Now, this is a prototype. He did say that it's likely that the branding of SOVRYGN will go away in the production model. But he said likely, so I don't know if it's still up for debate. So leave your comments down below if you are one that likes that or wants it to go away. I think it might be helpful for the brand to have some input. It's not, I would say that I typically don't mind them. I kind of like them. It's, if it's done nicely. And I think this one is. You see, as I zoom out here, it's really not that prominent. While it is big, it kind of blends into that brushing pretty well. So I would vote to keep it, but that's just me. What do you think? And then you see the brushing tends to match the longest length of whatever the case is. So you see here, you've got the linear brushing this way, this way, this way, and then when you get to the top of the lugs, it goes down this way, etc. So, and then on the bracelet, runs this way. And then you've got these center polished links, very cool. This is got a kind of a tight articulation. That's as far as it bends. That's kind of cool. So it's more wrist conforming than it is free flow. So it's a little bound there. I kind of like that. It's different. Okay, and there is a signed screw down crown. Appears to be threaded. And we'll wind it up and let's watch that power reserve meter go up. It's about 40 winds to get this to full power. This is the Miyota 9100 automatic. It's got hacking and hand winding. It's a 4 hertz movement, so 28,800 vibrations per hour. And it's got a stated accuracy of -10 to +30 seconds per day. 26 joules. Let's see, this is the, if you want to get specific, the 9100-20A, which has the date at the 4:30. There's another version, not of SOVRYGN, but another Miyota version that's the 20Y that's got the date at the 3, kind of either at the 3 spot or into the sub-dial. I can't remember which. All right, you can see from the 24-hour dial that we are in PM, so because it is slave to the master handset. It's just so it basically is like an AM PM indicator. So if I click out to the first spot, you see in clockwise direction, it will move the date. And that's kind of hard to see. It's a color match date wheel, so you see it blends right in. That might have been better with some black print, but I think it goes along with the aesthetics of the watch. But you can see that that's pretty difficult to catch that white. And then the other direction will move the day of the week. You see here on the 9 o'clock sub-dial. And then all the way out, we'll do your hacking, and you can set the time. And so with that screw down crown and the screw down caseback, which I'll get to in a minute, you can see here on the sub-dial that you get 100 meters of water resistance. Perfect for a nice sport watch. This is excellent. All right, we'll head around to the caseback. This has got quick release on this bracelet, so that will allow me to just take that off. Let me just do both of them. Okay, now we can see that caseback. This is just a mineral crystal on this side, but look at that beautiful rotor. Okay, so usually your Miyota rotors will just be full-on fanned out. There's a little like brushing on them, but that goes like in the radial direction out from the center out. Then you got this little sparkle here on the edge, but they've gone and put their logo on that rotor. It looks to be etched in or something. And then you see the specifications on the caseback. You got 10 ATM water resistant, sapphire glass, SOVRYGN automatic movement, 316L stainless steel. Now the Miyota does only wind in one direction, so some people will talk about that wobble like that. It doesn't bother me. I remember getting my first Miyota, and I heard the package when I was getting ready to open it. I heard it wobble or what have you, and I thought it was kind of funny, but I've never noticed it on my wrist. Well, this is interesting. I just noticed that. So this is a screw down caseback. There's your normal slots to get that open, but I don't know what these screws are here. It looks like that's some kind of the lug system, like it screws into the regular part of the case. Huh, that's interesting. I'd like to learn more about that. You see that gap there? It's as if this is two-piece. I've never seen that. I don't know what the intention is for, but maybe I can learn more before I give you the full review on this watch. All right, I got the bracelet back on so we can do the measurements and look around, but I wanted to point out, so look at this. This is what I was talking about the articulation. So it's really got a conformed round shape to it. So I don't know if that's going to be good or bad depending on your wrist size. I feel like it'll be great, but I just know that it's different. We're used to seeing bracelets that have a lot of articulation. This is the opposite of that. You can see how rounded it is. And I whipped right by this butterfly clasp. Look at that, the way the logo sits in there. I mean, I'm a big fan of butterfly clasps. I just love that seamless, look. I just think it's so nice, and they've gone the extra step here by putting their logo into that. So you will have to close this side first, though, because you see if you do that side, the logo would overlap. So you close this side, and then that sits right on top. And then let me show you some detail on this bracelet. So you see at each of the corners, it's got this little triangle notch out. Kind of a cool little look, and it goes right up to the case just like that. Or well, actually, I guess it's the end link. So I do get 39.3 on the diameter, lug to lug of 47.1, and your lug opening is going to be 20 millimeters, and it tapers down to 16 millimeters at the clasp. Got a thickness of 14.8 to the top of that domed sapphire crystal. It weighs in at 158 grams. This is with at least a couple links removed, I believe, from whoever had it previous to me. I just got to show you this dial. Look at that. That is just amazing. I'm hit or miss on these textured dials, and this one is just done perfectly. Sometimes they look plasticky and cheap to me. That is definitely not the case with this one. So moving around the dial, again, with that power reserve, I just love that location with the pinion of that hand at the 12 o'clock spot. Then you see the power reserve meter, the numerals. So that little section is raised, and it's kind of hard to see here, but it's done. It almost looks stainless steel, but you see it's kind of done in a matching blue color to the rest of the textured dial. And then so is the case of the 24-hour sub-dial with those numeral spots as well. Again, same thing, raised and in a blue color. So there's a radial pattern inside the darker blue 9 o'clock day of the week sub-dial and the 3 o'clock month sub-dial. You see that there very slightly. And then in the 24-hour sub-dial, that intersection is a dark blue as well, but it's the pebbled texture like on the main part of the dial. Then you've got the indices and the handset done in like a rose gold. And you can see that handset has got a beveled edge to it on the hour and minute hands. That obviously gives a nice little pop of light reflection. A matte orange seconds hand matching the power reserve hand and the 24-hour sub-dial hand as well. And then you see that golds carry through to the Riot, which has got the chapter ring of the minute track. All just laid out so well. I mean, this is a very busy watch complication-wise, but it looks nice and clean when you see it here from afar. Everything's in its place, and it's well proportioned. All right, let me show you what it looks like on my wrist. Today, I am wearing the Van Banner PM 2.0. This is a 200-meter sport watch with a countdown bezel. And much like the SOVRYGN, this has got that textured dial as well, as you can see there, but this one is done in white, and you have a double domed sapphire crystal. You can check out my unboxing of this one right up here. Ooh, yes. That has got a look to it, huh? So I'm, this is sized to the, whoever had it before me, so I can't close that all the way. But what I'm thinking about this kind of fixed round shape of the bracelet is that will actually kind of be more like a traditional jewelry bracelet, where that it's stiff in going around. I mean, it's soft, it's pliable, it bends. But I think it'll be better, that it'll be more breathability. So I'll let you know in my full review, which I'll have out on this watch closer to their Kickstarter launch date, which gets me into that. The Kickstarter launch is planned for May 15th. You'll want to follow SOVRYGN, though, on their Instagram or their YouTube channel, and definitely go to their website. I've got links down below, and you'll be able to more closely monitor the exact launch date of the Kickstarter campaign. But this will be priced starting at $515 US for the early bird. So definitely get in if this is something that fancies you. And here's what it looks like on that leather strap. I'm not a fan of the crocodile style strap, so I'm not one to comment on this. I just never really kind of liked the look, but it does match the overall aesthetics of the watch well, I think. This has, it's black, but it has kind of a washed out look. And that doesn't appear to be from, well, it looks like it's a little bit from use, but a little bit intentional design as well. And this is on the deploying clasp. You see, if you use that mechanism, you do have a unused keeper here. But they've also included a regular tang and buckle, which looks nice. Look at that. That's cool, huh? So they do have a regular tang and buckle that you could use, and then that would put your keeper into use. I have an 8-inch wrist, and this is on the next to last hole. So if you are somebody with larger wrists, you don't have a whole lot of room to play, and smaller wrists, it looks like you've got a bunch to play with. Okay, luminescence time. I got kind of a day Lume shot to get you oriented to the watch. So you'll notice that normally there's a double dot or something at the 12, so you know which orientation your watch is in. So this one's the exact opposite. There's nothing there because it's got that power reserve spot, right? So the between the 11 o'clock and the 1 o'clock indices, it's just blank where you see the minute hand right now. So that will get you oriented when you're in complete darkness, so that you know which position your watch is in. And then you'll also see, as we switch to that, the 6 o'clock indice has got just kind of a half position. So again, easy to know the orientation of the watch when you grab this in complete darkness. And I did do my overnight sleep test. This one lasts throughout the night. From SOVRYGN Watches, this is the calendar. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. I'd love to get your opinion on this watch. And make sure you check out their website for the other colors as well. Again, I know there's a white dial because that's the one I was expecting. But again, they surprised me with this, which I think is, I mean, you know, it's all opinion, but I just think this has got to be the color variant. I mean, it is just so complimenting of this dial. But anyway, there's like a dark wine red color, I believe, as well. Yeah, so go check them out and see what you think. Let me know if there's another color variant that you like better. But for me, I think it's got to be this one and the white dial second. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button down below. It really helps out the channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'm Whit with so many watches, so little time and money.